Today, we're going to be taking a look at something pretty new, that being the Transformers Age of the Primes Prima Prime. This guy showed up at my local Walmart. I went to Walmart yesterday, and him and Red Alert were there. I don't really care for Red Alert, so I left him, but Prima was coming with me. And there we have the box, which I do usually show. So, new box. They finally gave us the plastic window back. Man, I miss those. I'm so glad Hasbro's done with that eco-friendly packaging. It's just so dumb. It's a nice little box. That's really all I want to point out is the plastic windows back, but I'm pretty sure everyone already knew that. And here we have Prima, and he is certainly cool. The original Prime. As far as it goes, he is gray. Very much gray. He does have a good couple of spots of blue in there, though, to break up all the boring gray and dark gray. So there is that. He has blue on the chest and arms and legs, as we can see. The arms are pretty good. I mean, they're pretty basic. He just kind of has like a big shoulder pad. Nothing really crazy. I wish there might have been maybe some blue on his forearm. I don't know. The legs, also pretty basic. No color breakup. It's all the same. And then the chest is a bit different. The crotch is dark gray, and, well, he's pretty well there. As far as he goes, though, I mean, not too much more to go. The back isn't super clean, but it's not the worst backpack you'll ever see. It's just kind of the top of a car, honestly. And I mean, there's not really much wrong or anything to say with him. The one thing I guess people didn't like is the head. They went with the G1 cartoon head, opposed to the other one. The other one did look cooler. I can't really remember it, though. I think it had a mouth plate. It looked a little more primey, I guess. But a lot of the Primes don't have mouth plates. That's kind of like an Optimus thing more than anything. So that's really intriguing. He comes with 1 to 2 accessories, maybe 3. He comes with the sword here, which is good. The sword splits into 2 parts, like so. This, I believe, is actually blast effect, like, sized. So there's that, and then you have the little hilt. And then on one side of the hilt, you might be noticing it's a bit different from the other. This side just has a peg. This side has a different setup. The one with the long peg, you can peg it into the back, and you can store the sword pretty easily. But the other one is for his other thing, because you may have noticed he has a kind of cutout in his chest for a matrix chamber. And to get that out, I like to just press it to the side and then pull as hard as I can, because it's an Earthrise matrix. I have a bajillion of these things. There it is, although it is silver, so that's nice. It's a different color, at least. And then essentially, you just take it, put it on the sword, and then you have a different way to put it. Like that. It doesn't do much unless you want to do this, like turn it, maybe. That's cool. It does work that way, so there's not really anything wrong with doing that. I think it's pretty cool. As far as it goes, though, that is really his accessories, and that's really him other than his articulation, which is pretty good. He has a ball joint in the head. He can look up. Move the arms forward and back, obviously. Kind of has a bit more movement there. Does have a swivel, though a bit tight. Elbow joint. He has a ball-jointed wrist, but you're really only going to get a rotation out of it, which is unfortunate, because the sword-wielding hands are better. He does have opening and closing hands, though, so there is that. He does have a waist rotation, and he has these little flaps here for getting out of the way. He can go forward and back, along with outward. He goes a little above 90, and then he has a tilt and a forward, and not really a back because the wheels are in the way, but pretty standard all-around articulation, nothing too crazy. So let's just get into that transformation. So to transform Prima, it is actually pretty basic and easy, like surprisingly so. So first thing we're going to do is come to the back of the legs here, and you're just going to pull out these wheels, and then you're going to take his legs and fold them away. So you're just going to do that twice. So there we are. Do it again. And then take his legs and slide them together. Like so, and that's essentially what you do with his legs. there's one more step, obviously, but we got to do some stuff up top here first. Unpeg the back, and then come here and fold out the wheels. Now, this whole assembly up here rotates around like that. And I'm not sure what this hinge does. I'm genuinely unsure. It is there, but based on what I've seen, how I've been transforming him is completely right. I don't know what this hinge is for. I got no idea. Like, I just have no idea. It's weird. I don't know what it does. You then fold the feet up like that, and they kind of just go there. They don't really peg in or anything. They just kind of sit there for the moment. And then from there, we take his arms, which open up like this, fold the fist in like that. So just the same thing on the other side, obviously. Open it up, fold it in. Rotate them just like that, and then take the arm, and it kind of just goes in this side gap here, which is basically all you got to really do. So there's a couple little pegs you got to look out for, just to mention it. There's this one and this one. There's on both sides, there, and there's a slot on the front of the arm for the one that's on the top, and then there's one on kind of the bottom where others go in. So there's kind of one over here. So I'll point it out. This tab here goes into this, or this tab here goes into this slot. Because it's probably one of the more strange aspects of the entire transformation. Honestly, is getting the arm to go on correctly into the alt form, like so. And then we have this issue, which I just completely missed a step, which causes some different things. Again, newer toy, still not fully used to it. Not that it's difficult to transform or anything, it really isn't. And then you fold that down, like so. Make sure everything's pegged in where it should be, which currently isn't. And there we have it. Prime in his alternate form, which is this weird Cybertronian truck. It's a truck. Not much more to say other than it's a truck. It's blocky. You can put the sword down here or up here, wherever you want to really put it. This one's a little bit of a tighter peg than this one, so I just always put it on the shoulder joint. It's something. Again, there's not really much I really have to say about it. Rolling wise, can't see it, but it does roll quite well. Underneath, his head's right there. That's nice. Does have a windshield. It has some decent paint. It has some car parts to it, I guess, but I kind of hate that the legs are just pegged together and there's a giant gap down the middle, which definitely can't support a sword at any point here. Like, I feel like they really probably could have found a way to engineer that so that like pegs in somehow. You can like stick it in there, but I think it's intercepted by something. I don't know. I feel like they could have used the sword to plug the gap. I just really do. I mean, it's cool. It's very sci-fi-ish, but ultimately it is a sci-fi truck, which, yeah, I feel like all these primes are going to have a really sci-fi truck alt form. Just all of them, honestly. Like, genuinely, I'm pretty sure out of the ones I've seen, they look to have sci-fi trucks, except Onyx Prime, because Onyx Prime, and, well, Megatronus as well, but Solus and, I'm just going to call him McAdam. I'm honest, I don't remember. It's Alchemist. Alchemist Prime is the other one that was revealed. Yeah, honestly, it's all right. It's a nice little truck form. Maybe a little bit more paint somewhere. I don't know. I don't know, you know. But that's essentially it. So let's just get to my final thoughts here for Prima. And as far as Prima Prime goes, he's cool. I mean, he's not bad by any means. I don't hate him. He's the first of the Primes that I own. Well, other than Optimus and all of those other guys that are Primes but not considered 13 Primes, like Nova Prime. I mean, he is a pretty cool design. He's a cool thing. And, I mean, if you're going to be collecting all the Primes, which is my plan, I'm going to try to get them all. Because it'd be cool. I mean, I already own Vector. I'm assuming he's going to get a re-release. And I'm assuming Alpha Trion will too. Because I don't have him. I mean, there's a lot of things here to like about this guy. Though I could see this mold getting repurposed real quick. I really can. As a generic Voyager Truckman, yes, he's a Voyager class, which I didn't really specify, but he is Voyager. He is pretty good. I mean, he's like an average Voyager figure, if I'm being honest. He has a bit of above-average articulation, though, with the hands just being opening and closing. I know that's happening a lot more lately, but that is just how it is, I guess. I kind of wish maybe another accessory, but there's just not much you could include with him, really. He's really good. It's a bit plain. It's just a little bit plain. I don't hate him. He's fun. He's easy to transform back and forth. There's not really much you're going to miss if you skip on him. If I'm being honest, if you don't plan on getting all the Primes, there's not really a reason to get him unless you think he looks cool. But I feel like Red Alert's going to sell better because he's a truck man. That's personally me, though. Like, he's cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, oh, Prime. There he is. You know, the collectors are going to want the Primes. That's just how that's going to be. Because this is like his first toy, maybe, ever. He might have had one at some other point, but I don't recall. But essentially, that's really what it comes down to. Do you want this guy? I mean, he is great, because he got some articulation. His transformation's fun, like I said, but he's nothing special. Like, he doesn't rock my socks off. I'm going to give him a nice 3 out of 5, because he doesn't do anything new. He doesn't do anything particularly great. There's not really a flaw. I feel like 4 out of 5 is my you don't do anything wrong tier. Because he doesn't do anything special, you know? He's not special in any way, which is a shame. I wish he was a little bit more special than what we got here. But essentially, that's really it for my review of Transformers Age of the Primes, Prima Prime. This has been Delete signing out.